Child. Now the streets is saying that since we ain't get a City Girls album since what summer of 2020, that JT is over there in trouble. They saying that she out there scrambling for change because while Carisha is somewhere galloping around with Diddy, JT over there struggling. And child, you know what happens when these celebrities start getting a little low and they want to advance in life, they start looking to the
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you. Want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
If you want to see extended videos, exclusive content, including story times and more, subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to stay engaged and keep up with my commentary, follow me on Twitter. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to schedule you a personal reading today. What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Cha-Cha-Cha-Chi-Chi. And listen, we are back for a quick one. This one gonna be real quick, to the point. Like, we're not even gonna waste time on it, child, because I don't know what to believe. And we most definitely gonna talk about it. But before we do that, y'all already know, like the video, baby.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay, so JT for Beats by Dre and Moa Lola. I don't know who that is, but child, this is the image that Rap Alert posted today. And no, y'all, this is not Azalea Banks. No, y'all, this is not Doechii. No, y'all, this is not that girl that sings. What is that song? The one that they said was going to be the new coming age of Missy Elliott. You think you hot. This ain't her, y'all. This is Jatavia of City Girls. And immediately, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. When I saw this, I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. As a lot of y'all are probably thinking right now, you probably see this image and you probably like, what? Not Jatavia, child. They got our sister. So let's scroll through the comments. Let's scroll through some of the initial comments, because I initially saw this as a post under somebody else's Twitter. But we're gonna scroll through the comments. They saying mother is camp. Yes, Jatavia, cunty, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Now JC done sold her beautiful soul. Okay. More and better music for me, right? Yep, that's why the eye covered up, but at least she's saying that shit been sold and she ain't the only one. It's an ugly pick for real, for real. I mean, honestly, back when they had the Illuminati, that's when music was really popping. They need to do something. We need like a 2020 child, because there's the gossip blogger in me that's sitting here joking with y'all, and then there's the spiritual side of me that we could really have a conversation. But this ain't that type of video, so we just gonna keep it surface, okay? Listen, she covering up her eye, and y'all already know that is a thing. Y'all already know that is a thing. Let's keep going through the comments. Somebody says, everybody's so creative. You're so camp and such a trendsetter. I love this. And the hair is gorgeous and something new. Black girl swinging. Her left eye is covered though. Okay. So you got a couple of people that's noticing it. Let's see if JT responded. Okay. So apparently this is the inspiration right here. I didn't notice. Apparently this is the inspiration. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but wait, did somebody... Is this the inspiration? Is this what somebody saw and then drew a picture? What is this? What is this supposed to be? And here's another picture that they could have used. This picture is way better to me, honestly. This picture is way better. I like the first picture, but we know what it's supposed to represent. And if you don't, we're going to get into it. But this right here, Oh, I don't even like that on her neck. I don't, because there's a whole video that we should do about. It's a movie that came out about clones, and then a man realized that his image had been used, because all of these AI apps and whatnot, and y'all give away the rights to y'all face and your identity and all of that. And then he realized that there was a clone version of him in a commercial promo for a movie. Child, that's a whole video in itself. But yeah, this looks so much better. That looks so much better. Okay, let's go to the original comment though, because like I said, we're not going to stay here long on this because it ain't really too much to talk about. But it's Carrie, and y'all probably seen him on the Shade Room. Y'all probably seen him on the Neighborhood Talk on different blogs or whatever. Usually, when he tweets, posts go viral, people comment, whatever. So he says, "Beats by Dre, headphone covering up her eye." Okay, and then somebody says they thought that was Doechii. He said he thought it was CC. Somebody said at least the face is eaten. Let's keep going. Oh, this is what our comments say, child.
Y'all help my sister, they attack my sister! You gotta rinse them out.
Don't use milk.
Y'all help my sister, they attack my sister!
I know y'all remember this. I know y'all remember this with Yandy Luther King. When Yandy Luther King was down there causing all that ruckus at the jails. And then they all put on a performance from the girl yelling, "They got my sister," to Yandy like freaking out, to Yandy's daughter over there screaming like this whole.
Y'all help my sister, they attack my sister! You gotta rinse them out.
Don't use milk.
Y'all help my sister, they attack my sister! You gotta rinse them out.
Don't use milk.
Everybody, listen. Everybody was playing a hell out of their parts that day. Child, but let's continue going through the comments. Matter of fact, can we go to the quotes? Let's go to the quotes. Okay, walk with me. No, I feel like people who aren't creative just don't get anything cool, because why y'all always jump to devil worship and Illuminati? Because they always pushing it in our face. Listen, because we can have a spiritual conversation and then we can have a real conversation. And mind you, I grew up understanding artists, and so what conversation do I want to have? The Illuminati is real and then it's not real. Not in terms of how y'all think it is. It's real, but it's not in terms of how y'all think it is. And I'm going to just leave it at that because I don't want my channel taken down. Okay, so yeah, we're not even gonna go into that conversation. That's a Patreon conversation. Y'all don't ever want to let anything be avant-garde. Y'all are the reason marketing and advertising is so plain and boring. I don't think it's that. If we can literally take it to TikTok and show everybody playing with their eye. Matter of fact, and we're gonna do that in a second. The way this went over so many people's heads, very concerning. Like, do y'all not know Dr. Dre's history with being violent towards Black women? Wait, what? That was not the joke that he was making. The different ways people are interpreting this tweet. I read this and she got headphones over her eye and laughed. You can tell how lacks creativity. We all know how to use headphones. It's an editorial. Don't need to be conventional. Y'all so boring. I have read this exchange back and forth, but I'm not understanding the backlash. If anything, is shade at Dre in a marketing choice. Maybe Uzi, and that would be a stretch. Stupid community. I'm a little confused as to how many people miss the awkwardness. Beats in all caps should have been a clue. It also doesn't help that the designer was accused of glamorizing domestic violence in their latest collection. JT and her Illuminati era. Listen, I promise you, I didn't think Beats by Dre because that joke is so old. That joke is so old. We were saying that when Beats first came out. That is not what came to my head. I saw Illuminati. That's what I thought. Okay. There's a certain group of individuals that the most editorial shoot that they can handle is a black and white photo of someone in a very big hat before they get scared. They talk about the Illuminati. I thought they was referencing Dre Black from his eyes out. None of this is funny. Photographer said, "Trust me," right before he took the pic. Sometimes I feel people miss the art and marketing. Yes, too. You is covering her eye, but to me, a music lover, it shows how to see the world when music is a part of our lives. Music open your eyes to a lot. Girl, ain't nobody get all that. Ain't nobody get all of that. That comes from trying so hard to be different. That's that Kanye, I'm a genius shit. Can't believe Illuminati conspiracies are back. We are becoming our parents, busy forwarding these WhatsApp warnings. Everyone mad at you as a result of George Bush and his crimes. Okay, I mean, y'all pretty much get the point. Let's see if we could go to TikTok and try to see.
And that's why 4 plus 4 equals...
I get it. I genuinely get it. This Illuminati stuff can sound really crazy to you.
When you see black eyes,
I get it. I genuinely get it. This Illuminati stuff can sound really crazy to you, but it does not change the facts. Let me just share some thoughts with you guys. The Illuminati is in fact connected to the Satanic Church. Illuminati means illuminated ones. It means the enlightened ones. These are people who have spiritual knowledge that you know not of. Satan can actually disguise himself as an angel of light. This is not stuff you can just Google. The things in the spiritual realm you must attain through the discernment of the Holy Spirit and by seeing these things for yourself. I know people who have left the Satanic Church. I know people who have made deals with demons. I don't argue about what I know. Satan is real. Jesus is real. Follow me for more.
Now listen, because I'm not religious, but I'm super spiritual. I'm not religious at all, but I'm super spiritual. And I'm gonna just say life, she didn't say anything wrong. She didn't say anything wrong, and she spoke a lot of truth. And I'm being careful about what I say because the way that censorship is set up, and I want to keep my channel. Matter of fact, let's get this off the screen. I'm gonna just say, let's go back to the original post. There's two conversations to be had. There's a spiritual conversation, and then there is the everyday music conversation. And I'm gonna just say a lot of what goes on in a lot of conversations are deeper. And then you also have people that Bible thumpers are a real thing. And so that's the way that I grew up looking at certain things when it came to the music industry. It's like, oh, Bible thumpers, you know, like trying to like force certain things and da 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 da. And then when you become spiritual and then you like actually like tap into different worlds and dimensions and you realize certain things, it's like, okay. And again, it's kind of hard to have these conversations on YouTube because of censorship. But what I will say is that it is getting a little bit weird now in 2023. Certain things have been around. We've seen certain images and visuals and things like that. It's been thrown out there. It's nothing new, right? It's getting weirder though when we're in a place of 2023 and so much is happening. Like there's so many people talking about 9/23 and what's going to take place on that day and the energy shift and also October 4th and what's going to take place on that day and certain things that are to come, especially as we move into the age of Aquarius. And I keep saying like it's two different conversations because I don't want to take a moment where we all joking about the picture but then at the same time, just to add context to that whole other side of the conversation, the darker side of the conversation, it's like we are in a new day and age. This is not 10 years ago where we could laugh about certain things or just brush it off. Oh, that's the I word, whatever. Now in 2023, again, we're now entering more into a spiritual age. People are awakening, different things like that. And you're realizing like, oh no, there's actually some truth to some things. And we can sit and say certain things are art all day long, but the same way that I feel when it comes to rap music and how drugs and sex and all of that is just constantly shoved down our throat. Yeah, that's what it's always been. But why is that the only frequency that we're in? You know what I mean? It's like as like the point of being an artist is to be creative. You're not creative if you're running to the same thing that's been done 1,001 times before. That's not creative. It's not. So to me, even with people looking at this picture, and let's say that we're gonna have a surface conversation and say, "Oh, it's just JT making art." What's artistic about doing something that 1,000 people have done before? You know what you're doing, causing hysteria, because that's what you're doing when you make certain moves like this, or when you're a Doja Cat and you're dressing up a certain. You know that conversations are going to be started, mass hysteria is going to be spread. You know what you're doing, and it's a specific type of marketing. And that's more so where I want to take the conversation, because I want people to be knowledgeable about that, because we are reaching a point where certain things are going to come to light, because we're already at a point in the collective where it's been split. That's happened 2 months ago, June 18th. And it's going to be harder to have these conversations between what's surface and what's not. I'm going to just say that. But if we're going to have a surface conversation, maybe JT said, listen, I'm tired of Carisha getting to the bag. Carisha done left me. She over there with Diddy. Times is hard. I need to go. Let me go sign up for a support group. Okay. Let me go get the bag at any means necessary. Child, definitely let me know y'all thoughts and comments down in the comment box below. Because like I said, it's kind of hard. It's hard to talk about this type of stuff in 2023. Because like, while some things may be art, at the same time, at the end of everything, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And then if we have those spiritual conversations, okay, which is, again, completely separate from religious, because it has nothing to do with necessarily religion. It's just, either you're vibing higher, or, where you are on your journey is where you are. But it gets hard to have those conversations, because when you start having those conversations, then you start realizing, like, yeah, certain things are an accident, especially when you start really uncovering what Hollywood is and the entertainment industry. And, definitely let me know your thoughts and comments and opinions and all of that down in the comment box below. Subscribe to the Patreon, okay, so we can start having deeper conversations and not just surface conversations. Okay, I'm trying to get people to join the Patreon so we can start having real conversations, okay, without me feeling like my channel gonna get taken down. Okay, go subscribe to the Patreon. And yeah, I love each and every one of y'all. Let me know your thoughts about this as if I give a fuck, and definitely make sure you stream my music as if you give a fuck. Love each and every one of y'all, allegedly. Book a reading if you need one, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm trying to fuck now, so baby, let's dance. Fuck up my baby right here on my legs, man. I'm trying to take it to my place.